you, Marty. Thank you for that fabulous introduction. Yes, I was a Las Vegas showgirl, and I'm actually learning I wasn't actually a showgirl. I was a dancing nude, or I was a principal dancer by the end, but there is a distinction. And if you want to learn more about it, you just listen to my podcast. It's called Showgirls Life. I started this whole business shortly after I met Marty, and I was like, oh, I'm going to create a blog. And then I got the idea to do a podcast and interview old showgirls. And so the reason that happened was because Jubilee closed in February of 2016. I was in this show from 2000 to 2005, and it was just another job, dancer job. And it wasn't until I saw near the last shows, like the last 3 weeks before it closed, that I realized like the magnitude of that experience in my life. So I brought, it's a piece of paper, but it's framed. This, let's see, make sure, oh, maybe I should have taken it out of the frame. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yes, yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is me, and it is just a digital comp of a possible Jubilee souvenir program cover. We did this massive photo shoot for 3 days. We had to do a photo shoot from like 10 in the morning till like 4 or 5. And then we did 2 shows for 3 days. It was awful. And the other thing I should note is that we weren't allowed to take pictures of ourselves in costume. It was absolutely forbidden. We were told that it was the designers that said, you cannot photograph our creations. I have later since interviewed the designer of this costume, Pete Menefee, who won Emmy Awards. He's famous for doing Rockettes and ice shows and things. And he said, that was never us. It had nothing to do with us. But anyway, this is just a piece of paper. It's a 9x13 piece of paper. And it was given to me by the assistant company manager, Diane Palm. And she said, I thought you might want to have it. It wasn't the chosen option, but I thought you might want to have it. So this is the only picture I have of me in this costume in a stage setting. So you can kind of see there's people in the back, they're kind of blurred out. I do have photos of myself in costume, and I do share them on my YouTube and my website, but you know, it's like in the bathroom or the hallway, or, you know, it's not pretty. So this became really, really important to me after the show closed. And I realized, crap, the showgirl is going to die because there's nobody, there's a few of us that are preserving the history. But that's why I started the podcast, and I've interviewed, I think 45 people about their experience, and they're telling their stories. And everyone's like, it's hard to get people to tell their stories because they think they're not exciting or interesting. I'm like, no, we were showgirls. And, you know, so that is, that's my thing. And I actually, I do know what I want to do with it when it's time to go. I'm of course going to ask my children if they want it. They do want my costumes. As you can see in the back, I have tons of costumes that I've made, and Marty got to try some on in that special event. But if they decide not, or they want to keep it for a while, I'm going to make sure that that is donated. All of my ephemera from being a showgirl will be donated to the UNLV Las Vegas Library. They have a special collections that is all about showgirls. And I have visited a couple times and gotten to see some legacy items from Don Arden, who was the creator of the show, old sketches, programs, all kinds of stuff. So that's where my stuff will go. I'm really good friends with the curator, so I know exactly where my stuff's gonna go.